Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a deck profile for my Constellars. Now, this deck came out of Hidden Arsenal 7 alongside Evilswarm. I also have a deck profile of that as well, so I'll be leaving it in a link in the description below if you want to check that out as well. But this is a pretty cool, fun, casual deck to pick up, and it got some support out of Blazing Vortex, which made me want to put it together and start playing it again. It's not going to be super crazy meta or anything like that, but if you are looking for a fun deck to try out, or if you played this in the past and you're just trying to look for a build that's a little bit more current, hopefully this can help you out in some way. But let's go and get right into the deck profile. Starting off, of course, 3 Pollux, and if I say any of the names wrong, I do apologize, but this is one of your starters. When he's normal summoned, he gives you an additional normal summon for that turn, which can be really helpful if you pair it with Constellar Elgeti. Now, this is pretty cool because if you pair it with Pollux, when it's normal summoned, you get to special summon 1 Constellar from your hand, so you can get at least 3 monsters on the board. And if you open up with the new Constellar monster, which I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to butcher it, but if you open up with him as well, you can get up to 4 monsters on your board, because his effect is when you control a Constellar monster, you can special summon it from your hand, and then during the main phase, you get to search one of your Constellar spell or trap cards from your deck to your hand, which is pretty cool. And it also gives them Xyz monster that is used as material for this. Or if this is used for material for that Xyz monster, it gains the additional effect for where if it battles a light or dark monster before damage calculation, banish that monster, which is really cool, a really nice removal, especially if you're like me and you're going to play it at your local tournament. It could be nice to get over a Dragoons or something like that. Next, 3 Constellar Sombre. Now this is a card you want to see mid-game. When it's normal summoned, you get to banish 1 Constellar from your graveyard, and then add 1 Constellar from your graveyard to your hand, and then you get an additional normal summon. So just another nice way to get monsters on board. And the last Constellar monster for the deck is the Constellar Chaos. This one will increase or decrease your monsters' levels, your Constellar monsters. Usually you'll increase it by 1, and he's able to do that 2 times per turn. So easy way to get into Pallades. And I don't run the other Constellar monster that searches, just because I would run it at 1 if I was going to put it in the deck. I forgot the name of it. I think it's Sheraton. But I just felt like wasting a normal summon on that, especially in today's meta, if you are going to play it at a local tournament, won't be too good. And that's what I was kind of gearing this deck for, just to mess around at locals. But if you're playing casually, you can put that card in at 2. Again, I think it's Constellar Sheraton. But yeah, it's a Searcher. And then the last monster for the deck is 3 Honest, just because it helps protect your monsters, helps you get over bigger monsters. It's just all around a very good card for light-based decks. Onto the spells. 3 Tenki, of course, get the Caius. Then a pretty cool Constellar spell that you're able to run with a little bit more consistency because of the new card is Constellar Belt. This is a kind of generic support card for light decks. The activated effects of light monsters cannot be negated, so pretty cool. Just a little bit of extra protection so that your monster effects do go off. Next, Cosmic Cyclone. You got to get rid of back row. Mystic Mine is a pain, so definitely think Cyclone and or Twin Twister would be a good option. Then 2 Paw of Desires to get that draw power going. 2 Paw of Duality just to help out your bricked hands. And for the 1-ofs, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, of course, to get the Pollux. And Constellar Star Chart for the last spell in the deck. Once a return, when a Constellar monster is Xyz summoned, you get to draw a card, so it's a little bit of draw power. Really nice that you can search it, so that's why I have it at 1. And then I do run some of the older, slower traps because this is an older deck, so trap cards can be really beneficial for it. But if you want to mess around with hand traps or whatever in your own specific build, go ahead. This is just what I chose. 2 Crackdown, really nice to steal your opponent's monster. 2 Phoenix Chain, it's effect negation and it stops the opponent's monster from attacking. The unfortunate thing is they'll usually just link away, which that's why Phoenix Chain, amongst other reasons, isn't as powerful in today's meta. 2 Storming Mirror Force, just for big board wipes. And last, the Constellar trap card, which is a really cool trap card. So during the turn you activate it. If the opponent attacks a Constellar monster and that opponent's monster does not get destroyed, at the end of damage step, shuffle it back into their deck. So it's nice removal. It can slow your opponent down because if you activate that and you have multiple Constellar monsters, they're going to have to basically just not attack unless they're able to negate this, because then their monsters will just get shuffled back in, which is really nice. Off to the extra deck really quick, and that's a 40 card main deck, by the way. For the extra really quick, 1 Gaga Cowboy, Abyss Dweller for the graveyard decks, which can come up really clutch, especially in like, what is the deck? The PK Fire. It could slow it down, not necessarily stop it, but it's a pretty good option. Exile Knight, just to try to make the game study even. 1 Diamond Direwolf, which will come out for a Constellar Omega. I ordered one, but it didn't come in, so definitely take this out for an Omega. It's just in there as kind of like a filler spot. 1 Starleech Paladinimo, really strong, requires 2 level 4 light monsters. Detach both of them and target 1 face-up monster on the field, negate its effects, and make its attack 0. So it's really nice to get rid of a big monster that can be targeted. Number 41, just for a little bit of stall. 2 Constellar Pallades, just the main monster you'll be going into 90% of the time. 1 Tyrus as another rank 5 option. And a card that should be Constellar Ptolemaeus M7, but I didn't have one, so put that in. M7 is definitely better than Constellar Diamond, but you can also throw that in if you want to. It's a nice dark monster negation. 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Phoenix, a Unicorn, Borrel's Sword, and Borrel Dragon to finish off the extra deck. Now, this deck is primarily going to be going into Exceeds, but the bigger links are always a nice option, especially if you are able to take one of your opponent's link monsters with Crackdown. It's always a nice option. So yeah, hopefully this gave you a pretty good idea on what you'll want to pick up. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a like, comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Always nice to see them. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.